And just to preface too, any of the trades that we're placing today are strictly for example purposes. We're not placing any trades that, are investment advice or kind of a call to action in any sense. So just for example purposes. Awesome. And let's get into it. So right now, you should see on my screen is the tastytrade desktop platform. So I mentioned earlier, if you are new to tastytrade and are looking to trade, there's 3 different platforms. We got mobile, web, and desktop. If you are stuck, you're not seeing the same screen here, just click on this little, or well, actually, you can go to our main website. And I was showing folks earlier as well. If you go to our main website, just tastytrade.com, go to platforms, our technology, and then click on download tastytrade now, you'll get the desktop platform downloaded. So great. Now let's go into it. I want to show you guys how fast, as an end user, coming from possibly another broker or another trading platform, might seem a little intimidating at first, but once you get the bare bones of the platform, it starts to get really easy to use and you can be very, very quick with it. So might seem like I'm going a little fast here just to start, but I want to show you guys what it would look like as an end user once you've been using the platform a little while. How quick can you go around and place trades and navigate the platform? So for example purposes, I just want to show you guys how quickly can we open up an option spread and close it, check out our profit and loss, and potentially maybe roll the trade or something along those lines. Now, all I would need to do in this case, equities are actually closed. We got the extended hour open, but we can trade futures right now, which is nice. So we could trade some S&P futures or /ES. If I want to search that, I could type in the top. And then all you need to do is just go to our trade table, pull up maybe if I wanted 35 days until expiration, I could see 35D there, click on my expiration, set up my trade legs by clicking on the bid and ask or using this strategy selector here at the top, review and send, double check our order looks good, and then send it off. Now we've gone ahead and opened a trade. Something too that comes up a lot is, hey, is this a demo account? Is this a paper trading account? No, that was a real live trade, real position that we've just opened. And that is the speed that you'll have when you're placing trades on our platform. You're gonna get filled right away if you're placing there. Also you will be able to trade extended hours here. We'll show a stock order in a second, but if we wanted to close our futures position, we can see, okay, we just opened it. Looks like based on some fluctuation, it's losing a little bit. Hopefully Scott doesn't fire me. But if we wanted to close this, we're like, hey, let's go ahead and close out of that. All you need to do is left click both the legs there, right click, close position, enter in your price that you'd want. We'll just do the mid price, review, send. Now we have a working order. Maybe we want to, it looks like it didn't get filled right away. So we can go check out our working order here on the right side, replace, maybe bump it up a few points, send it off. And now we've filled and closed our position. So just in the span of a minute, we were able to, boom, open a position, review it. We wanted to manage it, we can go ahead and close. We can see the trades that we just placed on our right side panel here or in our activity tab. If we wanted to go back and reconcile some of those trades, you can see our opening trade here, our closing trade, or we could even go to our history tab here and check out and say, oh, okay, what kind of trade was going on? Looks like we had a net loss of 1250 there. So platform's really, really quick. There's a lot of actual information. You don't have to click around a bunch of different pages to get the information you need. For the most part, as you're navigating through this middle trade tab, you have all this information that I was just clicking around there. On this right side, panel 2, we had our activity, symbol overview, little chart. It's all very actual, quick stuff that you can do on the platform. So just checking out the chat here, we got Oscar and JNG. We do have a mobile app. Thanks, Chase, for answering that. But let's go ahead and show you guys to how we could open up a stock order in this extended hour session from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Central Time. If you wanted to place a stock order, super quick and easy, all you need to do is look up a symbol. Maybe in this case, we want to buy some shares in Ford or F. If we click on that, and then go and find the ask at the top, bid or ask. If you want to sell, it's a bid, ask, buy. You can click on the ask here at the top of the platform, queue up an order here at the bottom for maybe 1 share. We could bump it up to 100 shares. We could review and then send the order. And now we have a working order in Ford. What's really nice is that once you do have that working order, We can see on our right side here, our little chart of Ford as well. We can see that working order, that price, we placed it at 1241. We can also see on our right side panel here, that working order, the little yellow W. If we wanted to replace the price, maybe bump it up again, 1242. We could send that off. And now we're working. Oh, wait, I actually need a almost messed up there. So we actually need to, if we want to place in the extended hour session, we need to change the time in force or TIF to EXD. So we'll normally, if it was 8:30, we would have gotten a fill there, if just a regular session, but extended hours, click on EXD, review and send, ship it off. And now we've gotten filled and opened our position. See it in our positions tab. We can see that cost basis on our chart, all that information, super, super quick. So now you might be thinking, whoa, we're going way too fast there. And again, I just wanted to show you guys as an end user, the platform can be really fast. You know what you're doing, you know, some of the clicks around, some of the quirks like clicking on the ask to queue up a stock order or being able to manage from the right side panel or replacing from the activity tab. It can all be very, very quick once you get a feel for the platform, but let's go take a step back and kind of slow it down a little bit and maybe get into more of some of the specifics that you guys are looking for as well. So before I dive into this a little bit more, I just want to ask you guys in chat, what kind of strategies are you guys placing? Are you trading option spreads? Are you looking to trade outright futures? You want to check out charting? What's something you guys in specific are looking to trade or maybe want to check out on the platform? We can dive into that. So I see someone's asking, where's the strategy tab? I'll show you that in a second. Charting, option spreads, verticals, options. Got it. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Thank you. Options, charting and option spread, sell and index. Cool, cool, cool. Ratios. Love to see it. So a lot of options trading as is tradition. And then let's go ahead and hop into that. So taking a step back, we did some quick firing off some quick trades there on some futures. Well, let's just talk about trading some option spreads based on our strategy selector, or maybe some single leg options just with a few clicks. So if you want to trade an option here, you're going to first need to find a symbol. So if we know our symbol, in this case, maybe we want to trade Ford, or saw someone earlier from Taiwan, maybe we want to trade TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors. If you wanted to trade that symbol, look at the top of your platform here. This is our active symbol header. So right now we're looking at Ford. But if I did want to trade TSM or pull up the chart and the overview details for that symbol, all you got to do is just type in TSM, or you could type out the full name, Taiwan Semiconductors, into the top left here in the search bar and press enter. Now you can see all of our information at the top, this IV rank, last price, change in price, bid and ask, volume, and the name, all that updates to TSM. Additionally, now that we have set TSM as our active symbol, the trade table below is going to be for TSM. So each symbol might have its own expirations or, you know, different strike prices. So TSM in this case is going to have its own chain. We can also see some more information on TSM just based on our right side panel. And here is that we actually have an earnings date coming up, October 19th for TSM. And then we can also check out some more information on the right. We can see, hey, what's the chart on TSM looked like over the last year? Or what kind of positions do I have open? We don't have anything open right now, but also you could see market cap, potentially also recent dividends or earnings too on our right side panel. So as long as you are clicking through or finding your active symbol, you're going to find a lot of information to help you queue up a trade. Now, once you have your symbol and you've queued up the trade tab, you can either go straight into the options chain, or you can go into the strategy selector. So in this case, in Andre, if I'm saying that correctly, you're asking 0DT. Yes, we do. And the way that you would find 0DT options now, TSM doesn't have any right now, but you'd essentially look on the trade tab here and you see in the middle, we see 4D, 11D, 18D. That stands for days until expiration. So October 6th is in 4 days, which means that if I was trading these options, the options expiration is in 4 days. Now, since someone was asking, a 0DTE, what would that look like? Say, for example, we went to maybe like SPX. See how the DTE or the days until expiration here are 0 days. That means that that option is expiring today or is a 0DTE option. So Depending on the symbol that you're trading, some will have 0DTE options, some may not, but it's essentially the idea that it's, oh yeah, okay, today is October 2nd. That's when this option's expiration is, 0 days until expiration. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and go back to TSM. And maybe we want to trade, like we have a preset parameters. We're thinking, maybe I like around like 45 or 60 days out until expiration. How can I find the chain that I want to trade? Well, we'll go here. We'll see, okay, well, 46 days out is pretty close to our 45 days that we're looking for. So we can open up this option chain here, which is November 17th or in 46 days. We click on that to expand it, and now we see the full options chain here for TSM on this expiration. Now, if we wanted to set up a trade really quickly, or maybe just buy a call, buy an out of the money call, we could just click on the ask price here on the call side. So we have calls on our left, so call options on our left, puts on our right. You can just see that calls right there, puts right there. If we wanted to buy a call, you'd be clicking on the ask price, which is this column right here. So if we wanted to buy a call, we can click on the 100 strike here or 95 strike. And now we are buying one, or you see this green line here. That means that we're buying. We can either click and drag to move around the strikes. Maybe we want to buy the 100 or buy the 95. Or we can use the buttons here as well on our trade ticket to change our order. And what's nice is that, once you have one leg selected, maybe you want to set up a spread. Well, you could click on a short leg or click on the bid to sell the option here. So if we wanted to sell the 95 strike and buy the 90, set up a long call spread here. We could do that, drag around, make it a little wider, make it a $10 wide spread, $15 wide spread, $20, maybe crouch it down a little bit here as well. We can see all of the applicable information on our order ticket of, hey, what's the delta? Well, we have 20 positive delta. It's a long position. We have some theta. It's a long spread, so we're losing based on time decay. We also have max profit and max loss for this trade. Because it's a defined risk spread, we have defined max loss and profit. And then also the buying power effect there at the bottom of our ticket. This is the information I was just talking about here. You'll see how much buying power will it take up to open this position. Once you set up the strikes that you want, and maybe you're thinking, hey, I kind of want to see what my profit or loss zones look like as well. Well, what's really nice is that you can go into the analysis tab too. So if we went into analysis here, clicked on analysis, and that should update your trade mode to curve too. And once you're in this window, this is where we're going to kind of get that more in-depth look at the profit or loss zones on our trade. We can drag our long call strike up and down if we wanted to, or use these buttons here as well. And that will adjust our trade. And oops, there we go. But you can get a much better look at, hey, what are my profit or loss points at expiration on this trade if I'm in the analysis tool. So if you wanted some more information on our analysis tool here, I know a lot of people like to analyze their trades as they're open or before opening them. You can click on this little question mark in the bottom left corner of the platform. So question mark right here. That will launch up our help center. Let me get rid of those drawings there. But once you're in our help center, type in analysis mode and you'll see analysis mode overview. And we have a great video here later you can check out on our analysis mode, a lot more details, guide that goes into the nitty gritty of what all these different terms or tools do within our analysis tab. So it's a little advanced. So if you want to go into some more details, you can check out the analysis mode overview here on our help center. All I was doing there was clicking on this little question mark in the bottom left that'll take you to our help center. We have over 300, 400 articles on different tools and functionality. So really great resource you guys should check out as you're navigating through the platform. So once we're good with our trade, we could click on review and send our order. And now we're working our spread in TSM. Great. We can see that working order in our positions tab, which is this tab right here. And then also if we look on the right side panel, we do have our working order there too. We could cancel it if we wanted to. We could replace it at a different price. All you need to do is anywhere you see that working order, just right click. You could cancel, you could replace. In this case, maybe we want to cancel the order. Now we're out of that order. We see the canceled order here in activity on the right tab too. But someone was asking about, hey, the strategy selector tool, how do we use that? So if we want to do that same exact trade, we could go to the top of the platform here. Maybe if you're new to the platform, on the strategy selector, click on this drop down here, drop down button. And then as you're looking through strategies here that you do want to trade, you can toggle between long or short by just clicking on the button there, or call and put, clicking on those buttons too. So maybe I want to trade a long call vertical like I was just doing. Click on go, and now you see that's going to set up the legs for a long call vertical. We can adjust like we did earlier by dragging and dropping or doing something different along those lines. So great. That's our strategy selector and setting up an options spread trade on the platform through our trade tab. Let's see what else. Let's go over some other things here. Just checking out some of the questions in chat. Looks like Jason and Jeff got it pretty well. But something else I kind of want to show you guys, just showing you how actionable the information can be on this trade tab here. Let's go back and go to the earnings announcement. So the next earnings announcement on TSM is going to be October 19th. Might be a little small to see there, but you see this bell icon too. The arrow pointing to the right is after the bell or to the right of the bell. That means that it's going to be after the close or after the open potentially. But you can check that out there with the bell icon and our earnings line on October 19th. But if we wanted to set up an earnings play, or potentially like, hey, I want to set up a options trade where I might profit or loss from certain movements in an earnings announcement, what we could do is look to trade the expiration right after the earnings announcement, or in this case, the 20th, the 18 days until expiration. We can open up that chain. And now what's really nice, and something that I didn't cover at the start there when we're placing our option spread, is you see in the top right here, these numbers right here, that's actually showing you the implied volatility for this specific options chain. This is all based on a Black-Scholes options pricing model. It's all the pricing in the options chain that gives you, hey, what's the implied volatility for this options chain? But then accompanied with that is the expected move. So you see that 4.79, that's based on, one standard deviation move there, up and down in this expiration based on this pricing. What is the expected move over the next 18 days until it expires, which based on the pricing model is about 4.79. Now you're thinking, what can we do with that information? How does that help me? Well, when you're setting up a trade here, you're actually going to see that expected move in your options chain. So you see this orange bar here on the right. That's actually our 4.79 that we had in the expected move put on our table. So you can see 4.79 from the last price. You see that little gray donut? That's our last price there. So that means it's 4.79 up, 4.79 down. And that can kind of help us look to decide and set up a trade. Maybe we want to trade a strangle where we want the underlying to essentially kind of trade sideways or stay at a similar price after the earnings announcement. We could look to say, and I think based on whatever research I might have put in ahead of time, that TSM might trade within this range or within its one standard deviation move. I want to profit when that happens. Well, you could look and say, oh, well, then I want to sell a leg at the bottom of the move or the bottom of the standard deviation at this 82 strike or at this 81 strike. And then I also want to go on the flip side or the top side and sell the call at the 92 strike or maybe the 91 strike. Let's do 92. Let's do 81 that looks good. And we'll bump it up to 93. Now, as you can see, we set it up kind of right outside our expected move there, maybe $1 more. And then on this left side here, now that we've set up those short legs or selling the call and selling the put, we can see this green and red area on our trade tab. That's indicating our profit or loss zones for the trade. So in this case, we wanted the underlying to stay or trade within a range. So right now, TSM last traded at about like 87 bucks. We would want it to trade either between $80 and its current price, or on the flip side, we would want it to not go above about $93 or $94. We can see those break-even points there. And that's kind of similar to our analysis tab that I was showing you guys earlier. We clicked on analysis and then also changed our table mode to curve. Now we can see, let's see if we can zoom it out here, that strangle that we were talking about. We can see those profit or loss zones at expiration that I was just mentioning. As we're setting up our trade, we see those profit or loss zones adjust in real time. Maybe we want to tighten up the spread, increase our widen out. We could try set it up there and then click on review and send. Double check our order ticket. In this case, we wanted to sell a strangle, so we can double check that we're actually doing that here. In here, we can see we're selling the put, we're selling the call. STO stands for sell to open. And then we can see the account that we're placing this in. So this account, this purple account ending in 01. And then also some applicable information on our account's buying power. What is the price that we're placing this at, the order type, how much buying power is it going to take up to open the position, commissions and fees, all that jazz. And then two, you do have your metrics on the trade of delta, theta, max profit, max loss, and some other information as well. It's ready. You can go ahead and ship it off. Boom. And now we've placed our working order. You can see here, even when we go to our table mode, we can see this little yellow dot there on our trade tab. We can see that we do have a working order in TSM, which is right here on our right side panel. If we wanted to right click and cancel, replace, change the price, or we can click on this tab here and check out our working orders here as well. We could right click those within the trade tab and cancel the order, replace the order, maybe place a similar one if we wanted to double up or something along those lines. Yeah, all great functionality for options trades. I saw someone mention a ratio too while we're at it. And let's go ahead and open up that call spread again. So clicking on the ask to buy, clicking on the bid to sell for our long call spread. If you wanted to set up a ratio or sell to, buy one, buy two, sell one, something along those lines, all you got to do is just left click to select a particular leg here. In this case, we wanted to buy two of the 87s and sell one of the 88. See how it's highlighted gray there when I clicked on this strike? You could also click on this right here, or our position right here, double clicking that will select it as well and turn it gray. Once one leg is selected, then you can go ahead and click on, meant to clear out my drawings there, but once you do have the left leg here selected, you can click on quantity and you'll see that the quantity here in our order ticket jumps up to 2, or we could jump up to 3, 4, just go to 2 to 1. We could then lock this. We have a 2 to 1, then we click both legs and we can start pumping up the quantities. Now we have 4 and 2, 6 and 3, or maybe, we wanted like 7 and 3 or something along those lines, a little funky, but that's how you can mess around and change the quantity, not on a 1-to-1 scale when you have a spread. Hope that answers your question earlier. And then also too, just based on, if you wanted to save yourself some time too, there is a ratio spread button here. Oh, well, my drawing tool is going to go ahead, but if you see here in the middle of my screen, long call ratio spread, you click on go, and that's going to set it up there for you as well. Okay, awesome. Jagdish, ask about the charts. Yes, my friend, let's hop into it. So we placed some options trades, added some orders, messed around with earnings and expiration there, checking out our analysis. Let's go ahead and dive into some of our charts. So we do have some nice technical analysis tools, as well as some great research data as well that I'll dive into with you guys here shortly. But if we wanted to set up our chart, there's a couple ways we could do this. So off the bat, see on this left side panel here, we do have our chart tab button, if you hover your mouse over these buttons over an extended period of time, eventually the names will pop up, or you can just base it on the icons. But this larger chart here in the middle, so we can take to our main chart window based on your active symbol at the top of the platform. So we had TSM, we're looking at a chart on TSM, but if I typed in Apple, we could see a chart on Apple as well, or potentially Amazon too. Pull up a chart on Amazon by typing that in. Sorry, my computer is extremely laggy today. So you're gonna have to bear with me here because the office internet is killing me. If you look it up, it's gonna pop up installation. Zoom throttles my laptop. But once you do have your symbol open, you can mess around with your days or aggregation and then also time periods. So most important thing is you're thinking is, okay, what kind of ticks do I want? Or based on the information I want to see daily ticks or this large D, or maybe I want to go all the way down to 1 minute data, 5 minute data, 10 minutes. In this case, I really like just like sticking at 1 day over a year, or you could do 1 day over maybe, the past 3 weeks or the past month. And grandma, gosh, this laptop's killing me. So sorry guys for the slow loading there on at least my computer. Zoom is giving me trouble, but you can pull up a specific chart there based on time and aggregation. And then you could also mess around. Even you see this setting here up at the top. I'm just going to highlight this so you guys know where we're clicking. This setting here at the top, you can change. Maybe I want a line graph. Maybe I want to do a tick chart or HLC, something along those lines. There's a lot of different charting styles or candle styles that you can set up too. And then we all love our studies and indicators as well. So if you wanted to toss in any studies or indicators like MACD, RSI, there's a lot in here. There's over 300, 400 indicators. So as you see, as I'm scrolling down, these are all different studies and indicators that you can overlay onto your chart. So maybe if we wanted just like a simple moving average or an SMA, we could type in SMA here at the top, and that is going to pull up the list here. And we can see SMA and click on add selected here at the bottom of the screen. And maybe we want to, right now we'll just do 9 days, but we can mess around with the parameters. So just to show you guys there, oops. The drawing tools are going to X me out, but we clicked on add selected here at the bottom. We got the parameters here on the right, but once you're ready, you can exit out and you see this blue line here. That is going to be our SMA line. We could also go into indicators again, maybe do like MACD, type in MACD, add that over to our right side, close it out. And now we have our MACD lines on the bottom too. What's really cool about the charts is that once you do have a couple indicators in here, you can left click, drag, and drop and overlay onto the same chart. So the 1 day, 3 week here is a little bit gross, but there we go, is that you'll be able to overlay multiple indicators, or maybe if you wanted to take it back, left click on that dialog box and drag to the bottom. And now we have the chart in the other area. If you wanted to set up any drawings as well, you can go over here in our drawing section, this little mouse icon here, click on that drop down. And now you have all the different drawing tools, Fibonacci retracements, trend lines, as simple as I think one was, let's see, gain loss is kind of nice. I just like this if I'm trying to see like, hey, what from this date to this date right here, that tick to that tick, what was the percentage change in price? In this case, it went up 11.57%. We could also add in maybe a trend line here on the bottom if we wanted to, multiple lines. And then once you wanted to get rid of it, you could double click a line to either remove the drawing, maybe change the color. You could add in notes or anything along those lines, all the drawing tools that you might need, the ability to save, load a chart, all that jazz. So hopefully that helps cover setting up your chart there. Just for reference as well, one more time, you could go to our help center. So that is clicking on that question mark that we were doing earlier, and then you could go to charting, and then you can find our chart tab overview. We have a nice little video as well as some style guide overviews. Just typing in chart here, you'll find a lot of great articles. Awesome. So that was our chart tab. And then people like to ask like, hey, can I pull this chart into another monitor as well? Yes, you can. And I think I saw someone in the Q&A. I just saw that real quick. Is someone asking about EPS? Oh, showing EPS on the chart. Gotcha. Well, I don't believe you can pull up EPS on. Oh, yes. I see. Okay. We're asking earnings date on the chart. So here, I'll show you that real quick. So if we wanted to go and add some earnings or dividend date too, which you can actually see here already based on these icons right here. But if you did want to add those, click on this settings gear icon here at the top. That should open up this window, and then you can go to events. That's where you can go ahead and set up these earnings, these little indicators here at the bottom of the chart, the light bulb and that money sign there too. You change the lines or anything along those lines. So that's how you could add it to your chart. So that helps out. But to keep on to where I was going there, if you wanted to pull up a chart like this while you were navigating through a different part of the platform, maybe you want to have the options chain open while you have your larger chart here and you're doing your drawings or your technical analysis. All you got to do is go to our Tasty Charts tab. This little button right here, this 4-box window right there, click on Tasty Charts. And now this is going to be a multi-chart window. In this case, they just got a 2x1. If you have a larger monitor, just based on screen resolution, or if you've messed around with our zoom settings as well within the platform settings, you might see more charts here. But yeah, generally, bigger screen, the more charts you're going to be able to fill. But if you wanted to, you can click on this little arrow right here in the top left of our Tasty Charts. And that's actually going to detach this so you can drag it into another window. So in this case, we could click on that. Now we have a free running chart window there. Let's get rid of our drawings. But as we have our Tasty Charts, maybe we could click on trade there. Now we have our trade tab open, and imagine like, this is sitting on another window here on the right side or another part of your window. And then you're looking at your trade tab as well. You can inlay it back in, just click on that. And now we have our Tasty Charts back there. But all those drawing tools, settings, messing around, adding earnings, dividends, all that stuff is available in the settings here for each of these charts on the left. All you got to do is just type in a symbol, TSM there, or maybe APL we were looking at earlier. Just type in those charts and you can pull it up in another screen. So very, very useful window, especially in terms of just screen space, of opening up some more space. So Jagdish, I gotcha. Showing a short put. Yep, let's pull that up. Diana, I hope that last example there helped show you how you could pull up multiple charts, but let me show you pulling up a little short put here. If you did want to trade a short put, maybe we could just do it on, probably thinking of equities. So, or actually you're looking on Amazon. Pull that up for you. In Amazon, we could go to maybe, let's say 46 days out, and let's sell a put. So boom, that'd be selling our put. See your max profit, max loss. And then here in our bottom right is the buying power effect for setting up that trade. What's really nice is that you can actually open an account. You don't have to fund it, and you can set up these trades, or at least pull up the trades within your trade tab. Don't have to place it. You're not getting charged dinged any fees, and you can check out what kind of buying power requirements are for certain positions or strategies on our platform. So if you have a chance, definitely check it out. You can see, hey, what kind of buying power is it going to require for this kind of strategy on Tasty Trade? Well, you can check it out without having to fund. All you got to do is just get an open approved account and download the platform. Awesome. Jerry, I see a question about trading Forex. Unfortunately, we don't have Forex at this time. Something we're looking into, but one associate of ours is IGUS. So IGUS is affiliated with us. So you can definitely check out Forex trading on IGUS. And then Ton, is this real-time data? Yes, all of this is real-time data. as long as you're not considered a professional trader or you're trading in an NTD account, you will not be charged for live data. All you got to do is just make sure that you fund with maybe $1 or a cent within 2 weeks, or essentially over time, just to make sure that your platform's retaining that live data. If you have an inactive account with $0 in it, it might go to delayed data, but the second that funds are back in there, it will kick back to real time. So good question. Any other questions? Completely open book here. Anywhere else that you guys like to go over? Maybe grid mode, placing trades on the chart, going through our activity feed, checking out commissions and fees or reconciliation. Any other questions as we're going through the platform here? Go ahead and feel free to toss them in the chat. Can you import a watch list? Yes, good question. So if you did want to check out a watch list or add a watch list, all you got to do is just go to the settings gear icon here. So we have our watch list tab here on the left. There's actually quite a few different areas for the watch list as well, but in this case, we have our watch list tab here on the left. You can click on the settings gear icon. And then once you're in your watch list and lists, this is where you can go ahead and import your watch list. So if you export your list from Thinkorswim, ideally in a CSV or XLS format, something along those lines, you can then import that there. It's essentially just a list of symbols. But if you were curious, and this is just to a point of how nice our help center is, if you click on the question mark here at the bottom of our screen, and then you could type in importing watch list. You can see importing and exporting watch list. And we have an article here with instructions on how you can set up your watch list to make sure that it's inputting correctly. So thanks for tossing that in the chat, Jason. Ton, is there an active trader tab? Yep, let's go over that shortly. Just to go through, are we able to add scanners? So the best equivalent to maybe an option scanner or symbol scanner that you are looking for would be going to our main watch list tab in our center panel. So I'll just cover this shortly, but this watch list panel here, you can go to watch lists, and then maybe you wanted to pull up a watch list of, let's just clear all of our filters here, but you wanted to pull up a list of the symbols in the S&P 500. Click on this watch list button in the top left, go to market indices. You can scroll down to S&P 500. And now we're viewing all the symbols in the S&P 500. And then here we have a bunch of different customizable columns where we can go ahead and go, oh, I want to see dividends or earnings coming up, or maybe beta, market cap, volume. Click on the settings gear icon, all these different columns, ton of different columns that you can add to our watch list here. And you can sort based on these columns. You can also click on the funnel icon in the top right here, and based on certain, hey, is this going to have earnings within 33 days to 86 days? I want to make sure that the IV rank is 25 or maybe 50 or higher. And then also I want to make sure that it has pretty good liquidity or a high liquidity star rating. This is a proprietary metric, but you want to make sure that maybe we'll do 4 and 3 star and see a list of symbols. Okay. We got Pfizer here, we got Kellogg, based on our metrics of, hey, symbols that have earnings or dividends coming up, and then also based on our volatility metrics. So that's about as close as you can get to an active scanner here on the platform right now, but it's also something that we're looking at building out. But as you're kind of going through these symbols too, what's really nice is that maybe, we were looking at Pfizer here. If you wanted to get some more background as you're scanning through these symbols, there's this research tab here, research and news. Cover my mouse over that there, but this tab right here, if you click on that, and my computer wants to load, yep, perfect. We can check out news coming up around Pfizer. We could see financials. We could see the income statement and balance sheet, quarterly and annual basis. You could also check out ratios based on the applicable time frames for the company, as well as forecasts, analyst forecasts, like target prices, little third-party research here, and then lastly, an about section. So quick introduction or background on the actual company, what they do, what sector they're in, financial summary. I really like these. Gives you a kind of a breakdown on the past couple quarters for the company, how they might have performed, or how you can potentially interpret some of that past data. And then even then you can see the officers, or like who's the CEO of the company, how many people are in the company, or potentially what kind of status is that. So a lot of great information here in the news section. But I just wanted to cover that quickly and then hop into I'm going to just show let's pull up a calendar here real quick because you asked. So if you did want to pull up a calendar spread, so we're going back to our options chain here. If you want to go to trade and then pull up any expiration here. So maybe we wanted to get by the October 20th. We wanted to buy the 34 strike here and then look for another expiration. You're thinking like, hey, this is a lot of scrolling. It could get a bit annoying to have to go up and down to a different expiration. If you want to save yourself some time, the setting that you're going to want to change here is this strikes button up here. So if you set the strikes to maybe like 10 or 12, it will make your life significantly easier when setting, or I mean, even like 6, when setting up calendars where you can see you got your October 20th expiration, you're buying, you got your November 17th, and you're selling that there. And then you got both your legs there that you can adjust, move around, and you could ship off the order if you wanted to. You can see the expirations for each of these, but that's how it's going to be easiest when selling up a calendar. And then once you do set up your calendar spread, if you wanted to see the risk profile, like you're asking there, all you got to do is go to the trade mode up here, click on curve, and then you're going to see your risk profile there. So might be a little funky depending on what you're setting up there, but that's how you can check out that trade there. So let's clear that out. So I'm just going to cancel that, but great. I see. Let's see, we're asking about the active trader tab too. Let's go ahead and hop into the active trader tab. So this is, I kind of love the active trader tab. It's a lot of fun, but this is where a lot of people like to go and trade futures or just like outright contracts. You won't be able to trade options in here, something that we might have in the future, but depending on what product you're trading, in this case, let's just do some, oops, what's the zoom tool there, but let's just do the futures watch list, or let's trade some futures on here. So we have futures all right now. This is all the available futures contracts you could trade at tastytrade. But you could also go in and check out symbols with earnings, or high options volume based on certain sectors. Maybe I want to check out symbols in healthcare. In this case, I just want to go to futures all to trade our futures product. So go ahead and scroll up here. Maybe let's check out, I think someone was saying crude oil earlier, and I think talking about some crude oil. Well, let's give it a go. So if we want to trade some micro crude oil, or MCL, all you need to do, what's really nice in this active trader tab, is look at the buy and sell buttons here. So this is actually one of the places where it's going to say bid for selling, ask for buying. So you click on any of these buttons on the right side, you're going to be buying. Any of the buttons on the left or on the bid, you're going to be selling the contract or setting up a sell order. In this case, we want to buy 1 micro crude oil or /MCL. We click on the ask there, and now we can see our order here. We haven't placed it yet, but we can see the price of our order. We can see the quantity. Maybe we want to go up to 2 contracts or 1 contract. And then on the right panel here, we can see the price movement. And right here, we can see the price for our order. As we left click and drag, our order ticket price is updating too. And then on the right side here, we actually see the last price that's traded. You can see as this contract is trading up and down, you can see this last price ticking. And then also that A and B is the bid and ask that's moving in real time too. So that A right there, that B right there is the bid and ask. So as we're looking to set up a trade, maybe you want to place trades quickly. You can look to say, oh, okay, I want to just place it over the last price to buy, and click on send. And now we've placed our order and we got filled and we have our open position. We can see our basis on MCL there, right where we bought it. We can see it on our right side panel in our activity or our positions too, just to show you. So there was our basis, there's our open position, there's the order that we just bought it at. But if we wanted to quickly sell out of that position too, all you got to do is just click on sell and then drag maybe down a little bit below, click on send, and boom, nice. So we've just opened, closed, and if we wanted to reconcile real quickly, we can go to our history tab here, click on history. We can see, okay, what kind of, looks like we made, I do have some extra legs selected there. That's weird. There we go. Okay. Made about $9 on that trade. So you can see, click on both legs. We made $9 on that trade. Zoom is just getting my platform a little laggy there. But so that was our active trader tab. One thing I do like to show as well, since a lot of people ask, is like, hey, I want to be able to like place like one-click trades super quick. Maybe you're a scalper or something along those lines. What you can do is actually there's this safety mode here. If you click on safety and turn it off. So again, be very careful if you're doing this, but just for example purposes, if you wanted to see what one-click trading looked like, you could click on MCL there, and we've gone ahead and bought the contract. And if we wanted to sell, click on the sell, and we've sold the contract. So boom, boom, bought and sold, one click, super nice. To preface, anywhere on the platform with a bid and ask, if you have safety mode off and you click that button, it's going to buy or sell right away. The same goes. See the ask here at the top of the platform. We click on that, we're buying. Click on the bid, we're selling. Boom, we're filled. Okay. But if we want to turn that back on, just click on. So that's what's really nice about active trader mode, is that's where you can kind of fire off trades real quickly if you need to. Good preface there, Jason, is that we were firing off some opening and closing trades there. So since these are futures contracts or not equities, those trades are not counting as day trades for pattern day trading purposes. Erica, I saw you're asking, where was that safety mode? It was right here in our active trader tab. Once you are in trade mode active, got safety mode there. Again, be very, very careful. You click once, boom, sent. So awesome. I see someone asking about placing an OCO order, or one cancels the other. Let's hop into that real quick. I'll show you how you could do that on, let's just do it on like Ford, like some shares of Ford or something like that. So if you wanted to set up an OCO order on existing position or on a new position, OTOCO, you can click on the ask. Let's pull up TSM again. Click on the ask here. And then once you are in your order ticket, see this bracket button? That's where you're going to click to set up your bracket order, pull up that bracket order screen where we can enter our entry point or take profit point and stop loss as well. So it's all real nice. In this case, let's go ahead and just let's crank this down to like 86, and then review and send. And now what's really nice, something I didn't show you guys earlier, Jagdish, safety mode is only available for active trader. I'm quite confident. Jason can fact check me on that though. And then once you do have that OCO order working, we can actually see it in our positions tab. So we have that opening position, take profit, stop loss. But even when you go into your chart here, and I got so much going on in my chart let's go to like, let's clear out our drawings. So if we scroll in here a little bit, zoom in a little bit more, Y scale, you can actually see that order that we just placed there. You can see our opening, our closing, and then two, if you wanted to edit this order as well, you can left click on a working order on your chart, drag, and then drop. And now you've edited your order real time. Click on that, drag, drop, and now we're working at a new price. So nice little functionality there on your chart. If you're looking to edit your OCO, you could also just go into the positions tab here, click on, right click that, and click on replace order, and replace parts or single legs of your OCO or take profit or stop loss. So if you're looking for more context on how to set up an OCO or bracket orders, you can check out our bracket orders article here under bracket orders. Type that in on our help center, and we do have a nice little video showing you how you set it up. We have bracket orders or OTOCO orders available for single leg options, outright futures, as well as equity option spreads too. So if you're looking to place take profit and stop loss on option spreads, that is available. Cool. And then lastly, I see someone was asking about crypto. Let's round off with that. You can also place crypto trades here within our trade tab. If you go to the top here under trade mode, click on that drop down, or if your screen's big enough, you might just see them all at the top of the bar. But if you go ahead and click on crypto there at the top, you're going to pull up our crypto trading tab where you can pull up the different coins that you can trade, in this case, Bitcoin. And then you can set a dollar amount, maybe a limit price based on a specific quantity. Personally, I just like using the dollar amount where it's like, oh, I want to buy $100 in crypto. You just type in 100 there. Or, oh, I want to buy $200 in crypto. Just type it in there, click on review. This account doesn't have crypto enabled, so we can't place it, but that's where you could go ahead and buy $200 crypto or $100 crypto, whatever your order price is. So nice little functionality there. And then you have all that same chart settings in our crypto mode too. If you're looking to enable crypto trading while we're at it, since that came up, you could go to our help center again, type in crypto, and you could see all the different articles about, hey, how do I place a crypto order? What are the crypto order types? How do I enable crypto trading? Or what kind of cryptos are available? In this case, we wanted to enable crypto trading, and you could see instructions about, how do you go through our website to go ahead and get that checked off and enable it on your account. So a lot of great guides on the help center. Definitely check them out. It's very keyword based. So, if you're trading futures and you want to know some more about futures, just type in futures and you're going to find a bunch of different articles about futures trading. Or you're looking to trade option spreads, that as well, as that you can see, oh, I want to place a stop order on an option spread. How do I do that? A lot of great articles, step-by-steps with pictures, explanations, all great materials as you're going through the platform. So looks like we're hitting a little bit long on the time here. So we're going to go ahead and close it out. For those of you that are just getting here, we do have a recording. We're going to post it to our YouTube channel come probably early tomorrow morning or sometime around then. And you'll be able to find it on our YouTube channel, Tasty Trades YouTube. If maybe Jess or Jason can toss that in the chat. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, either by giving us a call, shooting us an email. If you wanted to find our contact information as well, might sound like a broken record at this point, but clicking on that question mark there at the bottom of the platform and then typing in contact, and then you can go to contact us. And here you can either click on this little chat bot in the bottom right, and that will take you maybe through some support options. And then you could also chat to our online team if you're not looking to call in. You could also call us. We have an international number if you'd like to call in for there, or local number, and then also our support emails too. So quite a few mediums. We are not afraid to speak with you. We want to help you guys get up to speed and set up and using the platform as quick and efficiently as possible. So definitely, please feel free to reach out. We are open book. We're going to be doing more of these demos later on this week. You guys probably already saw the page, but if you did want to check out some future demos, we have some more overview demos like this coming up, but we do have an iPad demo coming up later this week. So if you like to trade on a tablet, we have a specific demo for that. We also have a charting demo for those of you that were curious about charting and want to go into some of the more nitty-gritty details and tools, or at least how to streamline your charting or technical analysis. Definitely sign up for our demo coming up later this month as well. So we continually have demos, so definitely check them out. And that's it, folks. So thank you so much for attending. Again, reach out if you got any questions. Big shout out to Jason and Jeff on the chats for answering questions. Thanks so much, guys. Greatly appreciated. And that's it. So